What's going on, everybody? This is Drew with Mark's Appliance, and we're going to be going through this Maytag MVWP586 washer. So this is kind of the last of a dying breed as far as commercial style top-loading washing machines for your home. You've really got three options. You've got this Maytag 586, you've got a TC5 from Speed Queen, and you've got a GE 525. If you're wanting a heavy duty, no nonsense, easy to use, get my stuff clean type of washer that has a long-lasting warranty on it, those are really your three options. And I've showcased the TC5 before. Now I'm going to showcase this Maytag 586, and we're going to go through all the features of it. We're going to go through how it works, the rollover features for it, as far as how well it does moving your clothes through the water in this tub. I'm going to be answering some questions about it and showcasing some of the features. So let's get to it. To talk a little about the Maytag brand, we actually started as a Maytag dealer in 1994. Historically, they are one of America's best appliance brands. In 2006, they were bought by Whirlpool. Today, Whirlpool claims that they do test the parts in the Maytags longer, which is why you will see a 10-year limited parts warranty throughout all Maytag appliance categories. So for the washers, they do a 10-year limited parts warranty on the drive motor and the wash basket. So they are a Whirlpool brand today. If you look at some of the basic kind of entry-level top loaders between the Whirlpool and the Maytag, the product design looks pretty similar. They are assembled in America. So let's get into this 586 model, and we're going to start doing some laundry with it. So these are the cycle options I have this particular cycle on. I've got the deep water, I've got the mixed, and I've got cold water with no options as far as the pre-soak or extra rinse goes. What we're gonna do here, just to test the rollover function of the machine, basically how well it does as far as moving the clothes inside the tub to get them clean. I'm gonna place this kind of light blue towel right on the top, and we're gonna watch it go here. Basically what this agitator is doing is moving these clothes in the water, pushing the clothes against each other to create friction to wash these clothes. And it's also allowing water to move in between the towel, like through the towels, but pushing these towels against each other, creating friction for them to wash and to get clean. But the rollover is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at that. And then it's pulling them right back up and over. It's amazing. This is great. So as I was watching this wash cycle, there's a couple things to point out. One thing, I put on the deep water wash. It didn't get all the way to the top of the tub, but it was probably about 95% of the way. This wasn't a huge load. It was 8 towels, a lot of smaller rags, just because I wanted to see how well those smaller items move through the clothes with the longer items in there. And out of all the things, that was definitely the best thing that I noticed was the rollover action. So this is a dual power agitator. So basically the top part of the agitator is designed to push the clothes down. The bottom part feeds them back up, creates a lot of movement through the tub. And that results in a way better clean too. Another thing I'm noticing is it's been about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm already halfway done with the cycle. I imagine the Whirlpool says the time on this is going to be about 29 minutes. I imagine that's going to be true. I imagine if you use, these other options, if the extra soak or the pre-rinse, that's going to extend the life of the cycle. But overall, from a washing standpoint, it's not too loud. I have no doubt that this thing is going to clean your clothes very well. If you're someone who's a farmer, who works in construction, who has dirty clothes often, this would be an excellent machine for you. But from the TC5, the rollover in this Maytag is better than in the Speed Queen. So let's talk about some of the features with this 586 Maytag. So again, this is a 5-year all parts and labor washer, just like the Speed Queen TC5 and the GE 525, but this one does have a little bit different features. So unlike the Speed Queen TC5, this Maytag has a water level feature. So you can choose whether you want high, medium, or low water level, or a deep water wash, which is going to fill all the way to the top of the tub. The Speed Queen TC5, you just have a deep fill option. The default is that it will fill 75% of the way. You do have a pretty easy to use, it's really all pretty easy to use. The knobs are right in front of your face. Like I said at the beginning, it's a no nonsense washer. But it is controlled in the back by a control board. So it does have this power wash cycle, which is really pretty self-explanatory. It's a really heavy duty wash. You do have some delicates. You've got mixed for colors and a bulky towels option. In total 7 cycles. Now this normal eco cycle is going to use the least amount of water. We typically recommend people to not use that. Temperature, you've got a lot of different options. Cold, tap cold. That's another one we really don't recommend to use, because what that tap cold means is it's whatever the temperature in your pipes is, and sometimes that can vary depending on if it's extremely cold outside or if it's warmer outside. So we usually, most articles of clothing will recommend the cold. But you can do hot and warm too. And you do have a pre-soak with extra rinse, or just a pre-soak option. You really want to use extra rinse if you're using fabric softener, but you really shouldn't be using fabric softener. It's got a lot of different harmful chemicals in it, and it's got even some animal fat in them. So a lot of times that can get into your drain pump, really clog it up, and really affect the length of time of your machine. So try to stay away from fabric softener. Other than that, once you're ready, once you got the cycle set, you just press start. Super easy. So let's talk about the usable capacity in this machine first off. So it's 3.5 cubic foot drum. The Speed Queen TC5 is 3.2. So this is a little bit bigger. With the TC5 and this Maytag, even though the drums are a lot smaller, kind of what I was saying earlier, it's a lot smaller than kind of the average entry-level washer, which is like 4.5, and then some even up to more than 5 cubic foot. These will fill all the way to the top. This and the TC5 will fill all the way to the top. Those other machines, even though they're bigger capacity, they're not going to fill all the way to the top of the machine. So as far, you can feel confident, what you put in here is gonna get clean very well, and that goes with the TC5 as well. So who would benefit the most from a washer like this? If you're someone who has a washer from the 80s, from the 90s, and it's still working well, that's awesome. There's a lot of those still out there. I just pulled out a washer, a Maytag from the 70s, like 3 weeks ago out of someone's house. And it was heavy. It was a heavy son of a gun. This would be the closest thing to something like that that's on the market today as far as a new washer. This, the TC5 Speed Queen, the GE 525, Those would all be, you know, things that are the closest. You know, if you work in construction, if you want some, if you're looking for someone with an aggressive wash that's really going to do a good job of getting your clothes clean, this would be a great washer for you. If you're someone who gets dirty, if you deliver appliances, you're going into crawl spaces, running water lines, this would be a great option for you. Even if you're a family of, you know, you got kids, family of 4, family of 5, you're doing laundry, you know, every other day a week. This will allow you to do it quickly, you know, 30 minutes an average cycle. If you have the pre-soak or the extra rinse, you're doing a little bit longer than that, but this will allow you to do it quickly. Your tub will get filled all the way, not like some in the 4.5 over 5 cubic foot wash drums on the market, the LGs, the Samsungs. They look nice, they look great, but they're not gonna fill all the way to the top of the tub, and you're gonna be doing like an hour, hour and a half a cycle. Sometimes 2 hours, just depending how much features you have, or how many options you're using on your wash cycle. This is a no-nonsense machine. If that's what you're looking for, this would be a great option for you. Well, I think that concludes it for the product review of this MVWP586 from Maytag. Where can I get one of these if you like this video? Well, this is a retail sheltered machine, so you can only find it on independent retailers. You can't find it at big box stores. So go to your local independent retailer, ask them about this machine if you like it. This, the TC5 from Speed Queen, the 525 from GE, these are no-nonsense machines made for aggressive washes. Like I said, if you are replacing something from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, this is going to be the closest thing on the market to that. And as I said, from a wash action perspective, this looks phenomenal, 10 out of 10. But that's the Maytag. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and we will see you for another video later.